So, the Paralives team posted this clip a few days ago, but I thought it was really important to cover. It's a review of some of their first animations for babies. I especially love the detail of the baby grabbing their feet. I think that is absolutely adorable. And of course, we also get to see a pregnant parafolk. Now, I'm not saying these animations are perfect, but I think they are done fairly well, and I think they add some nice realistic touches. In addition, as I'm going to share later in this video, in the past, the Paralives team has shared that different life stages and making those life stages feel nuanced and realistic is important to them. So all in all, I think this has tons of promise. So first of all, this person agreed with me and said that the grabbing foot animation especially is nice. They also said they're glad that they took the feedback for the design of the babies and made them a little bit different. Meanwhile, this person said their animations are smooth and look great. Not too out there like they look like a caricature of real life, but animated enough to convey their emotions. And I would say overall, generally speaking with Paralives, again, it's not perfect. I do find that the animations strike that balance pretty well. However, and this is actually a comment I agree with, again, I consider this constructive criticism. However, I actually was looking at a thread on a previous review, but I do find that some of this criticism still holds true a little bit. Not gonna lie, I feel like something is off. I'm honestly not a fan of tomato red faces like all the paras have. It's a weird design choice, and the toddler too. But even though they said they didn't love the design choice, they said, nevertheless, I am very excited for the game, just take this as a little feedback. And so see, I think that's a great way to provide feedback. You're giving specific details of what you want changed or what you don't like as well. Now, it might have been toned down a little bit, but I will say I agree when people say they would like that toned down, and I think this applies honestly for all the parafolk. I like the design overall, definitely speaking, but I think just even having an option to make that a little less and it kind of take away that blush overlay even entirely would be a good option for the parafolk. Now, out of curiosity, because people are saying that the babies have improved, I took this post from I think about a year ago over here versus the latest reveal. Now, I know this is very imperfect because this is from far away. It's hard for me to tell. I think that the facial features are just a little bit different, and I think overall I like that. I like, generally speaking, how the baby looks, but there are two things that are throwing me off. Number one, again, this very blush overtone, I think it needs to be tamed down, just in my humble opinion, not a deal breaker. And also, I think that the knees are very defined here, so maybe I would consider softening those outlines. And keep in mind that this post is only just now public, but it was available to Patreon members some time ago. That said, more important thing to me, of course, is gameplay. That's what I care the very most about. Now, we're gonna have to wait a little bit to learn publicly more about the specific gameplay they're definitely gonna do. However, we do have hints from previous years. Babies and toddlers are going to have specific gameplay and interactions. We're thinking, of course, about learning to walk, talk, and play, but also discovering the world around them. For example, toddlers could discover their mother is pregnant and get really mad and jealous. They hope that babies and toddlers alike are going to feel unique and interesting. They want them to be fun, but also have many interactions to take care of them and shape their future. But I think a way to close this up nicely is that regardless of how the babies are going to look in their final state, remember we're not even in early access yet, I do think their overall vision, not just for babies, but for life stages, has a promise. For babies and children, we like to include a lot of gameplay related to bonding with the family, making new friends, learning as well as playing. For preteens or teens, we would want to include gameplay related to puberty, discovering and trying new things, join clubs and groups, arguing with family, looking for love, and wondering about the future. For young adults and adults, there would be a lot of gameplay related to, of course, finding a career, starting a family, doing house chores, and wanting to turn their life around. And for elders, we would like to include some gameplay related to retirement, finding a new hobby, joining a senior center, spending some time with family, and spreading some wisdom. Again, it is vague in nature. This was from some time ago, but my point is I am definitely eager to share more as we learn more publicly about the nuances of each life stage. The specific design of the babies aside, I am excited, especially from even the idle animations. I do think it shows an attention to detail, and of course, I do hope to discuss more about gameplay from Paralives. I still have a video I have backlogged, so I will try to get that done for you in the future here. As always, please take care, and I'll see you in the next one.